Hello everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith. Today we're going to be unboxing, yes, the biggest monster from the original expansions for Kingdom Death Monster by Adam Poots. This thing is a behemoth. Now, I've already unboxed a few of these ones that are large size, but this is one of the biggest ones for the set currently within the original expansions, easily in size, and this box is jam-packed with stuff, so I can't wait to show you guys what is inside of this monstrosity. So this is going to add a whole, I believe it also adds a new campaign into the game as well, so that's even more content. I imagine the card count in this one is quite a bit higher. So we'll see how long this unboxing goes, but without further ado, you guys have seen a large majority of these ones on my channel, so I'm not going to go into too much detail here on talking about the exterior of the box, because we've covered that before. Let's just get right to what's inside this beast. Now, I can tell you right now, my backlog for building this stuff is mounting by the day, and it is becoming a terrifying task, but I can tell you it's one that I'm going to tackle, and I've already tackled the original box. Not everything, but the stuff enough to play. And that's kind of where I'm sitting right now. All these extra expansions that I've unboxed recently within the last month and a half or so are going to be kind of on the clock. I'm going to have to do them when I start getting time. But this is going to be one that's going to terrify me because it's huge and it's going to take quite a bit of time to actually assemble this monster. But it'll be so much fun when I get to it. So, Dragon King, here is the logo if you want to see the front of the box. Again, quite large, very familiar territory if you see me unboxing the other stuff. Again, if you want to see more of my unboxings for Kingdom Death, I've got a whole bunch of them on the channel. They're all on a playlist. You can go check them out. So first off, of course, as with any Kingdom Death expansion, you're getting peanuts, packing peanuts all day long. So if you want those, you've got a lot of them. If you hate them, well, too bad. You're going to get a ton of them, and I definitely don't like them. This is a massive pile of miniatures. Look at that thing. This is the Dragon King bag of miniatures. This is good. This is the reason why it's going to be a nightmare to assemble. There's a lot there. I'm thinking sprues-wise, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 9, 10, somewhere in that range. That's craziness. I don't even know if there's any real purpose in opening this. Kind of half terrified to do that. Well, there's something wonderfully creepy. Check that out, right? That guy just kind of sticking out in the middle there. I don't know if I can get that to focus. There we go. Yeah, so just right in the heart of the... So I don't know anything about the backstory of this thing, of course, because, again, I'm going to avoid spoilers in this, so don't worry about that. But I'm excited to add this in. So here's a pack of cards. This is probably what's familiar with most of the expansions I've done so far, about this many. Well, the Dragon King comes with 2 of those, because it's a beast of an expansion. So you're getting double the amount of cards. I imagine the gear cards are in the same boat. You're probably getting a lot of those. Yep, you get a decent amount. I don't know, there might be another pack of those in there too. Let's see what else is hiding in the packing peanuts. Oh, maybe that is it. So that is it for there. And then we're going to go to the side panel where you can find the Dragon King rulebook, which we're going to just so you guys are aware in terms of spoilers and things like that. I don't do that on the channel. I definitely don't spoil anything, so you're not going to see anything in the book that you shouldn't see. I respect the creators of the game, and I don't want to ruin anything. It's supposed to be meant to be found as you play. So this is really cool. Some tokens that come along with it, so I'll show you kind of a close-up of that. So that's kind of what they look like. Again, I have no idea what kind of impact on gameplay those have, but excited to find out. Looks like there's even more stuff back here. Oh, they're doubles. Are they double-sided? No, these ones are not, but these ones are. So this, I don't even know what this is, but this obviously represents something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's someone who's familiar with the game or has this expansion already can let me know. What are these? On the back, it's lava, it looks like. So the ground's breaking away, basically. So, not too sure. Probably has something to do with the showdown, would be my guess. Oh yes, right. We're going to also get some really cool stuff. So this is awesome. Let's crack this open really quick, because I want to show you guys the additional cards, the big cards that are going to basically merge into your settlement. That's going to really be a nice addition. These are the stuff that really changed the game when you get this kind of content, because the settlement phase of Kingdom Death is pretty awesome. So you're getting 2. Well, that's kind of cool. You're getting 2 with this one. So, and here we go. So you got the throne here is one of them. So there's a little close-up of the board and some of the things that are going on it. Again, a lot of this stuff is new to me. Don't really know much about it. You got the Dragon Armory here, and then you've got all the different things we're going to see in the gear cards there, so the different things that can be built using the components after you slay the Dragon King, and then of course a whole bunch more stuff that can be created, so that's really cool. Nothing really too surprising here with the with these, because these are just dividers. So you got the Dragon King gear divider. I love the fact they have dividers in this game, by the way. You got the Tyrant and the Dragon King. I did not know that. I did not know there was two separate inside of this one. So I guess there's maybe the Dragon King houses the Tyrant or something like that. Maybe that's what that middle guy was in the middle of the miniature that I showed you guys. But there's two here, so that's pretty cool. It maybe makes the showdown even more exciting. So yeah, we've got a massive deck of cards here to go through. Manual-wise, I guess I'll show you guys the inside of the manual really quick without spoiling too much. So here is the first page. That's an awesome piece of artwork right there. So that's the first one. Second page here has the Dragon King. Shows you two ways to play. So there's a little bit of how that's going to work. And it does show the massive Dragon King may be added to any core campaign. The Tyrant is the Dragon King human form. So there we go. That's kind of how that breaks down. There's a little bit about the component overview, how to upgrade your core game. The new rules are down the bottom right with the train tiles to help you out. I'm just going to take this off camera to make sure I'm not spoiling anything. I want to make sure I stay within spoilerish territory. So this is going to show you all the rules, basically, for the new expansion, which is really cool. They usually do this on the really big ones, typically about 2-3 pages deep, and then just like that, they move into story content. So you can see the pages go dark, it goes into like pictures, and it goes into words and all that good stuff, all part of the story, which I do not want to spoil for anybody. It's worth jumping into it yourself and seeing what you find. So, next up, what we'll look at is the gear cards. I love the gear cards because they're so cool, nice and small. The artwork's always really cool, and it's interesting to see what new stuff can be built, the synergies that can be created and whatnot. So again, with the typical unboxings I've done so far, I might skip a few because they sometimes stick together, but at other times they also are very similar in terms of they may have a couple that are exactly the same. So this one here is the Dragon Mantle. It's kind of interesting. So Dragon Mantle, Dragon Belt, Dragon Boots, Gloves. So these are all the ones we saw that you could make from the Dragon Armory, I think. Dragon, oh, interesting. Bite Bolt. Cool, cool. Sorry about the shadow cast there, guys. I'm going to try to avoid that. Shielded Quiver. Bunch of those. So this is where you get some of them that are, there's multiple. Blast Shield. There's a bunch of them, so I'll skip past a bunch. Talon Knife. Blast Sword. Let's see. Nuclear Knife. Pretty cool. Nuclear Scythe. Blue Power Core. These are the power cores. I noticed this on those. They're kind of interesting. I don't know exactly what they're for, what they do, but they look powerful. That's pretty awesome. Dragon Vestments. Bunch of those. Spear. Now the other thing that's really cool with this stuff is, again, anything that has to do with armor is going to have a miniature that goes along with it, which is really awesome. As I mentioned a bunch of times before, if you're very new to this game, the coolest factor is that all of the stuff you're seeing here in these gear cards, if there's something that you can build and wear, they have a miniature for it in the game, and that's just so awesome to be able to customize guys to your liking. So that's really, really interesting. Next up, we're going to go into one of the two decks of cards that come in this monstrosity of an expansion. So this is definitely going to have me sleeving for a bit. This is one game that I was unsure if I was going to sleeve, but then once I got the cards and I took a look at the quality of them, I really wanted to make sure that they stand the test of time. And it's not, it's definitely, this is one of those games that's worth sleeving just to protect it based on the cost and things like that. So again, what I'm going to be doing here is going through this quite quickly. I don't want to spoil too much. I want to give you an idea of some of the cards, but I'm not going to be sticking to anything particular. I'm just going to kind of roll through it. One thing you will notice is that I will clump cards together at times, so you're going to miss a couple cards every once in a while. You'll see some of them are hiding. So if I do that, I apologize. My goal is not to show you absolutely everything here, but just give you a rough idea of some of the components you can expect to see inside of the game. I'm really excited for this because having another campaign to add more content in, another way to play Kingdom Death Monster, to me is awesome. So that's going to be fantastic. So these are getting into like the AI cards, into how this character is actually going to work during battle and things like that. So again, it's very very interesting. Doesn't make any sense to me right now whatsoever, but at some point down the line, I'm sure I'm going to learn really soon. And I likely, when I learn what ends up happening, it's probably going to be overly aggressive, because this game is like that. The card artwork is absolutely phenomenal. It's just so nice looking. So never ever had a problem with any of the artwork and stuff like that. It's just so well done. So that was one deck's worth of cards that I'm going to have to get sleeving. And then the second one, just to add to my crazy schedule already, it's going to be another deck of cards. And actually, this is the game that currently burned me out of all sleeves. I had a whole bunch of sleeves all ready to go, and then this is the game that had so many cards in it that it actually forced me to have to go and pick up more sleeves, because I'm actually legitimately running out. So I'm just going to continue moving forward here. Sorry guys, you might notice I got a nice wound on my thumb there, so I'm definitely not doing any kind of wonderful hand modeling at the moment, but maybe it kind of mixes in nicely with the nastiness of Kingdom Death Monster and how vicious it can be. I got stabbed myself the other day, so it's not exactly the most wonderful looking thing. So yeah, lots and lots of cards. Like, that's all I can say. And because it's an unboxing, I'm not going to focus on trying to explain any of this, because if I did, I could be here for hours upon hours. There's some of you guys that own this already, and you guys would be very familiar. So here's some really cool stuff. This is some of the stuff that can actually drop, I believe, as a result of, I think these might be the strange resources, directly related to killing off this particular individual. So this is really neat, because it's always kind of a random drop, essentially. At least that's how I understand it. So that's really cool. Tons and tons of unique resources to use. So that's awesome. Oh, that was a lot of cards. Okay, so that I think does it. The only thing I didn't technically show you guys in full is the miniatures itself. So I could cut into this bag here and give you an idea as to what it looks like. I'm a little scared because I don't think I'll be able to get it back into the bag afterwards, because it's just an absolute master piece of insanity. Look at the, okay, here's a good idea as to how big the base is for the guy. So here's my hand. There's your gauge. So it's basically the palm of your hand, and actually extends probably to your knuckles in size. That's just, and there's a regular base for comparison. Just absolute insanity. So the thing is with this one is, I don't think I'm going to open the packaging. I did open the packaging on almost all the other unboxings I did, but because this is so neatly packaged, I'm terrified that I won't be able to get it back in the box and it'll just go everywhere. So I'm going to leave this one closed up. To be totally honest, I will at some point create this and I'll build it. And when I build it, what I'll do is I'll put some pictures up for you guys to check out. I'll also put it into a video and throw it up on Twitter and things like that, so you guys will be able to actually see it. It's not as exciting when it's just a pile of plastic like this, especially with this much plastic, because everything's so broken down to small pieces. You can already tell from the video it's a lot, but it'll be a lot cooler to see the progression of the build as I go through it. So once I eventually get to that stage, which I have no idea when that will be, but I will definitely throw up some pictures as I go along, because I enjoy doing that. So anyway, that's going to wrap up the unboxing for the Dragon King. Hopefully this helps you guys if you're looking at picking it up. It looks like a massively huge expansion, and it also looks like it adds a ton of content and totally worth the money. I think this is one of the most sought after original expansions easily. I think that maybe the Sunstalker might be up there as well, and there's a couple other ones that add campaigns in, so those are super popular. But anyway, hopefully this helps you, and as always, thank you so much for your support, and keep on rolling solo.